So the Yankees actually surprisingly swept the Toronto Blue Jays. Tonight's a good night to be a Yankee fan. But with that said, the real test really starts now because the Oakland A's are coming back to New York to play a 3-game series against the Yankees. And that, to me, is one of the real tests because the Oakland A's are one of the top 2 teams in the American League, in my opinion. And so this is going to be, we'll really see what the Yankees are made of now. And A's are going to be, in a fortunate position because they're not going to be facing Garrett Cole. So, that's the one, advantage A's. So, but with that said, tonight's game, it was of a more balanced approach for the Yankees offense. Mike King started. He only went 4 1/3. He did give up 3 runs and a couple of hits, but, it kept the Yankees in the game. But this was a weird game, too, a weird day, I should say, because not only did the Yankees trade Mike Ford this morning to the Tampa Bay Rays for $100,000 in cash and a player to be named later, they also turned a triple play today in this game. And ground ball, it was the King, then he threw to Sanchez, and it was the Gio. It was kind of around the clock almost. But they turned a triple play, traded a player, and swept the Blue Jays all in the same day. And only stuff like this happens to the Yankees. It can be weird stuff like this. So, but I'll take it. The final score was 8-4. And, there was pretty balanced hitting approach. We had Miguel Andujar putting him up 1-0 on I think it was a sacrifice. And then Gio put him up 3-0 on a 2-run home run. And so it was nice to see Gio. He did have a almost home run later on in the game, but it was called back. It was originally called a home run, but then brought back to call him foul ball. And Toronto came back. They started to score a couple runs, and it was, who was it? It was Simeon. An RBI, put them up, and then they had a couple other runs. Randall Grichuk put them up 4-3 at a certain point and during the game. But then Judge also robbed, I think it was Grichuk, of a home run in the right field in the bottom of the 7th, I think it was. And that was probably the defensive play of the game. So it kept the Yankees in the game. It would have been 6-3 at that point. And but then Giancarlo Stanton put him up 5-4 and a 2-run opposite field home run, which was fantastic. A clutch hit by Stanton, whose bat's still hot as well. And, then unfortunately, Gleyber Torres left the game with back spasms in the 4th inning. Tyler Wade took over. So hopefully that's just a day-to-day situation. And hopefully he stays healthy. I'll keep you updated on that. And then we had a pinch hit, 2-run single to the opposite field by Kris Gittens. And, again, I've said this before. If you call up these young guys, right, you give them an opportunity to play on a somewhat consistent basis, and they're known for their hitting, they're going to hit. Like if you call up Trey Ambergy and you let the guy play on a regular basis, he's going to hit. So, this is just indicative of it. Like, you can't call a guy up and then play him once a week and expect him to put the same, production he put up in AAA. It's just not realistic. So, it was good to see him, brought into the game, and he contributed with a 2-run single. And then he also a sac fly. He also did a sac fly in the 9th inning to put the Yankees up 8-4, and that's how the game ended. So all in all, good game. Zach Britton came in, shut him down, and all in all, workmanlike performance by the bullpen. I mean, they kept him in the game. Lucas Licky came up, gave up a run, but the other guys came in and it was relatively, kept them in the game, did their jobs. So, but all in all, the Yankees swept the Blue Jays. I was not expecting that to happen, but, it was good to see kind of a more balanced approach by the Yankees team in this series. But that said, Toronto's in a position to make moves to get better. So is Tampa, who has unfortunately lost Tyler Glasnow. Now they put him on a 60-day injured list. He's got a potential, he's got a torn UCL, so I don't know how bad of a tear it is, but very likely he's going to be getting Tommy John surgery. So that's a huge blow for the Rays. It could be an opening for the Yankees in the American League East. So, but don't be surprised if they bring in a Max Scherzer or somebody. Don't be surprised if the Rays bring in somebody. They're in a position to do whatever they want, whenever they want. So, so I would keep an eye on that, and I would still be proactive on the Yankees side. If I were the GM, he still has some holes to fill. And just because the Yankees swept the Blue Jays doesn't mean anything. They have to beat teams like the A's. They have to beat teams like the Rays, the White Sox, and that's just in the American League. And obviously you got to beat the bigger teams in the National League. So there's still room for, improvement on the Yankee side, quite a bit of it. DJ's starting to get a little bit better with the bat. Gardner's been more productive lately, and Andujar's been more productive lately. So we're getting more production. We just need more consistency across the board. But again, they still need a left-handed bat. They still need another pitcher, another starter. And so we'll see what the Yankees do. But, all in all, a good day, and I'll take it. And, we'll keep moving forward. And again, Oakland comes to town tomorrow to come to the Bronx. So, the Yankees get to leave sunny, exotic Buffalo and come back to the Bronx. And hopefully they continue their momentum of winning games. And at the very least, they're on the board now for winning a series. Not only sweeping it, but winning the series too. So hopefully, they can pull off that stretch like they did. Was 8 or 9 out of 10 series they won. Hopefully they can start doing that again and kind of add some more wins to the column and start closing the gap in the American League East. So to potentially put them in a position to compete for the division, which would be more advantageous for them come playoff time. So, I'm not banking on them yet. But I liked what I saw this series, and I hope a lot of other folks did too. And again, it was a more balanced approach, and we saw some versatility in the bullpen too, which was nice. But we saw guys who are known for hitting that haven't been hitting start to hit. So, a step in the right direction. And, maybe take some of the boots off Aaron Boone's neck a little bit too. He has made some game-calling mistakes recently, but, I give him credit for calling, making the right moves with pinch hits this series and having them sweep a really tough team in the Blue Jays, a young, aggressive, dynamic lineup. And, with guys like Guerrero and Biggio and Bichette and Simeon, they're good. They're good. So I'm not sleeping on them just yet. But good win by the Yankees. We'll keep this going. Take a look at my video tomorrow morning as I'm talking about the MLB draft and what we need to do to make it better. And then I'll be doing the recap tomorrow night after they hopefully beat the Oakland A's. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.